Hey, what's up, people? Pizzal here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the new MVD Rewind Blu-ray release for 1988's Black Eagle. Now, this is mostly going to be a review of this Blu-ray release, as I'm not really a huge fan of Black Eagle. I saw the film one time 20 plus years ago. I didn't remember a thing about it until I went back and rewatched the movie just the other night, and I realized why I didn't remember a thing about Black Eagle, because Black Eagle is kind of a boring movie, which on paper, Black Eagle should be awesome. You have the director of The Octagon, you have the great Show Kosugi, you have Jean-Claude freaking Van Damme. However, it just all doesn't quite come together, and it's just kind of uneventful and boring, and even the fight sequences between Show Kosugi and Jean-Claude Van Damme just seem way too brief and just not very well choreographed or orchestrated. Also, Show Kosugi, who's a great martial artist, he doesn't quite have the firmest grasp of the English language, so a lot of his dialogue in the movie, you're straining to kind of understand what the heck he's saying. However, I do know that there is quite an audience out there for Black Eagle. The movie does have its fans, and of course it was an early role for Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Jean-Claude Van Damme purists will definitely want to check out this Blu-ray release. I'm not sure how readily available Black Eagle was up to this point before this MVD Rewind DVD Blu-ray combo pack release. But as far as this Blu-ray release is concerned, it's a pretty darn nice one from MVD Rewind. You get a nice slipcase here. I love how they've put the stickers on there, like at a video store. You've got Action Adventure, you've got Be Kind Rewind, and you've got Special Collector's Edition. I think that's a really nice touch that MVD Rewind has added to the slipcases of their releases. But nice slipcase on here. It is a DVD Blu-ray combo pack. Here is the DVD. The Blu-ray is in my Blu-ray player, and it comes with a mini poster for the movie. Not bad at all. This edition also features two different versions of the film. You have the theatrical version of Black Eagle, as well as the extended cut, which is 11 minutes longer in length. I watched the extended cut. The added sequences don't really add a whole lot to the movie. Several of them were just dialogue between Show Kosugi and his kids, and again, Show Kosugi's dialogue is not the easiest to follow in this movie. As far as the picture quality and the sound quality are concerned, this doesn't sport any kind of elaborate restoration or 2K, 4K transfer or anything of the like. However, the picture quality is not bad. I would give it probably a 3 out of 5. As far as the audio quality, the audio was pretty good. I would give it a 4 out of 5. But where this release really shines is in the extras department, because we have a lot of extras, and some pretty entertaining extras on this release. And they include, first up, we get Show Kosugi, martial arts legend. It's 21 minutes and 24 seconds in length. It is an interview with Show Kosugi, of course, and his son, Shane. Mr. Kosugi discusses his martial arts background, which he began at the age of 5. He discusses being diagnosed with a lung condition as a child and how martial arts helped him improve his condition. He discusses considering suicide after failing to get into college in Japan, but instead went to the U.S. and there eventually became a martial arts instructor and then a competitive martial artist, where he won several tournaments. He discusses his desire to become an actor and being inspired by Bruce Lee to do so. He discusses getting work first as an extra, most notably in the film The Godfather, of all movies, The Godfather, before getting involved in the ninja films for Canon, initially as a stuntman and then as the main villain, in the first ninja film was fired, so they just cast him as the main villain. Very nice interview with Mr. Kosugi. His grasp of the English language has improved quite a bit over the years, and he is a lot easier to understand in this interview. But very nice interview with Mr. Kosugi and his son, of course, Shane. Next up, we have The Making of Black Eagle. It is 35 minutes and 45 seconds in length. It includes interviews with director Eric Carson, Show Kosugi, screenwriter Michael Gonzalez, Doran Clark, Shane Kosugi, and Dorota Puzio. Mr. Carson discusses his background making documentaries and then the film The Octagon with Chuck Norris and how that film helped bring in the explosion of ninja movies in the 80s. And it eventually got him the gig directing Black Eagle. Shane Kosugi and Doran Clark discuss their characters and memories from shooting the film and communicating with communications with Show Kosugi being a bit of a struggle. Gonzalez discusses having to minimize some of Kosugi's dialogue in the script because didn't have a firm grasp of the English language. They discussed the fight scenes in the film and how they were choreographed by Kosugi and Van Damme and how competitive the two were, to the point where it kind of did come to blows because they were kind of laying some potatoes on each other, where the kicks and the punches were actually kind of landing at one point because the two were so competitive. And nice making of for Black Eagle. 35 minutes and 45 seconds in length. Next up, we have Tales of Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's 19 minutes and 20 seconds in length. Basically, the cast and crew of Black Eagle discuss what it was like working with Jean-Claude Van Damme back in 1988. Carson discusses adding scenes with Van Damme to the movie to give him more to do. Van Damme is described by several cast members as being full of himself, confident, forceful, but gentle, or gentlemanly, I should say, very charismatic, having the quote-unquote it factor, funny, sweet, and charming. Dorota Puzio discusses Van Damme refusing to kiss her on the mouth during one scene because he said his wife would kill him, so he kissed her very awkwardly on the neck instead. They discuss Van Damme not wanting to die by Kosugi's hand in the film. Now, in the movie, Van Damme is the bad guy, and of course, typically, the good guy would kill the bad guy at the end of some epic martial arts sequence. However, Van Damme said, no, I'm not going to let him kill me. There's no way that this guy could kill me. So they had to change Van Damme's death in the movie to a death by propeller, boat propeller. And it is incredibly lame. But nice extra here with everybody talking about what it was like to work with Van Damme. Very, very nice. Next up, we have the script and the screenwriter. It's 27 minutes and 22 seconds in length. It's an interview with writer Michael Gonzalez and director Eric Carson. Mr. Gonzalez discusses how he got the gig writing Black Eagle. Mr. Gonzalez discusses developing the story, combining martial arts with espionage, playing on the Cold War, etc. Gonzalez discusses having to develop thick skin when they brought in another writer, and that writer's contributions and how the finished film differed from his screenplay. He discusses his work now as both a screenwriting and directing professor. Very nice interview with Mr. Gonzalez. We have 11 minutes and 16 seconds of deleted scenes, and we have trailers for Black Eagle, DOA, A Rite of Passage, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and Savannah Smiles. This is a very nice release for Black Eagle from the folks over at MVD Rewind. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the movie, but if you are a fan of Black Eagle, or if you are a hardcore Jean-Claude Van Damme fan and you must own every Van Damme movie, you definitely want to look into picking up this Blu-ray release for Black Eagle. You've got some really nice, lengthy, in-depth extras on here. The picture quality and the sound quality are both pretty good, and it's just a nice release overall. If you're a fan of Black Eagle, or if you're a fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme, definitely want to look into picking up this Blu-ray DVD combo pack. I'll put a link to MVD's website down in the description. Go over and check them out. If you've seen Black Eagle, please let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. They're also right around here. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Join the $1 a month club and help support my channel on Patreon. Thank you to my current patrons: Kevin Smythe, Orc145626, Derek Jana, Richard Mead, Jeremiah Lambert, Craig Farrand, Farron Sutton, B-Movie Mike, Robert Sobel, Turi Delamore, Johnny Yeager, and Joseph Charlesworth. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.